Ministry of Health, Multicultural Health Communication Service, and Multicultural New South Wales. We have today our ministers, Minister for Health, Brad Hazzard, Minister for Multiculturalism, Natalie Ward, and Deputy Chief Health Officer, Dr. Marian Gale. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'd like to, of course, thank you for making sure that you keep your microphones off. We'll start with Minister Hazzard and Minister Ward, and then Dr. Marian Gale for updates. For now, I would like to first acknowledge the custodians, the traditional custodians of the land from the Eora Nation here at New South Wales Health, and also acknowledge the multicultural elders of those communities represented today. Thank you so much. Please make sure that you put your questions on the chat and keep your microphones on mute, as we only have 30 minutes today. Also, you might notice that some of us will take our masks off. We're making sure that for clarity of our messages, we're able to do that. When we go off the forum, we'll put on masks on again. Thank you, Minister Ward. We're running out of time, but we have one last question that we'll ask Minister Hazzard. Emmanuel Youssef from Assyrian Media. Minister Hazzard, since Fairfield is in stable situation, can it be considered to be lifted from the 8 LGAs under restrictions and have some sort of freedom?
Look, thank you very much for that question. Certainly Fairfield is doing a lot better than it was. I think all of the members of the community obviously have responded extremely well in Fairfield. But at the present time, there are still risks. And of course, we aren't down to zero or even close to zero at the present time. We're just a lot less numbers than we were. So I think for the moment, no, it's not possible to do that. But I'm quite sure that the public health team will give us advice on that as soon as we can do it, because as has been said many times, our government is not keen at all to put restrictions on people for no reason. So, but I'm with you. I absolutely support your desire to get out of this as quickly as possible, and we'll keep a very close watch on how the numbers go. And thank you again to the community in the Fairfield area. And for those who haven't yet got vaccinated, please go out and get vaccinated as soon as possible, I think for all of our sakes.
Thank you. So Minister Hazzard, would you like to have your final words before we say goodbye?
Just thank you to the multicultural media. I think as Minister Ward and as Dr. Gale said, we really appreciate you sending the messages out to the community. The joy of Australia is that we're a very amazing multicultural community. We get the best out of the multicultural community, and we want to make sure that the multicultural community get the best out of our government here in New South Wales. But it means we've all got to be partners in this at the moment. And as Dr. Gale said, if you can get the message out, the critical messages are, if you have any symptoms, go and get tested, stay at home, don't visit other households as much as you might like to, because that could actually harm your family that would live in another household. And of course, get vaccinated.
Thank you, Minister Hazzard.